Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Omnibros Live. Thank you for joining. The countdown stopped while I was doing something else, and then I realized I was probably on the air. I am Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, joined as always by Gabe Loves 90s Comics.
What's up, everybody? Good to see everybody in the chat. Good to see Jess again.
2 days in a row.
We're here to make the worst day of the week your favorite day of the week. Monday.
Right.
Yeah. Garfield hates Mondays because he doesn't watch Omnibros Live yet.
That's right. Although he always does get a cream pie in the face, which is the best thing ever.
Or he kicks Odie off the edge of the table.
Right. So it's myself and Gaberino on tonight for hauls, previews, and reads. And there's the Omnibros Live logo up there.
Word.
And actually, there was something that Ryley was telling me. But I wonder why he's let me just see if that was important or not.
Probably not.
Okay. He's funny.
Ryley, he's probably talking about candy or something like that.
Dollar store candy.
Even better.
Those big those big movie store wads of chocolate.
Oh, the ones that are too big to sneak into the movie theater?
Yeah, they're like boards of chocolate. Jesse Say What is saying the worst ever episode was the Pop-Tarts one. Oh, nobody liked that one but us.
We had a good time with that one.
I loved it. It was fun.
Pop-Tarts was great. I thought it was Mad Libs that everybody hated.
I think Mad Libs. Now I understand why people hated that one. I hated that one. That didn't evolve at all like we wanted it to. So
we could do worse.
I can see why people hated that.
We could do worse.
So we've got hauls, videos, hauls, reads, and previews. And if I recall correctly, there's I think 2 big previews. Hello, Francisco, Phil. Hey, what's up? Lionheart.
There's awesome people saying what up. Dave K. Is there an Alpha Omnibus coming out?
Not sure yet.
You never know what's going to happen.
We can't really tell. I never thought that there would be a press conference in front of a landscaping office. So
from the president, yeah.
From the president, maybe there's an Alpha Omni. I anything's possible in this world now. I don't know.
It's 2020.
Yeah.
For the last 8 months, I haven't seen people's full faces because of the masks, so I don't get to see a lot of people's faces. We live in a crazy world, but yeah, I don't know what would make 2020 even crazier or better than the announcement of Alpha Omnibus.
I was in the grocery store twice in the past couple of weeks. And these 2 women both said hello to me, and I had my mask on. And I looked right at them, and I said, "Hi, who are you?" I couldn't tell. How did they know who I was? I had full maskage on. Maybe it's my gray hair, and let me just say, these were attractive women, but I couldn't tell who they were. And somehow they knew who I was. So that was more of just a fond personal remembrance than anything having to do with the show.
Well, it's weird because people say hi to me and I just smile, but I smile under my mask and nobody notices, and I feel like
they
probably know I smiled. Like, whoops.
Yeah, I usually just go. I don't even say anything. Thank you, Something Wong.
Professor
I want Gabe to check some prices for me in those Wizard magazines.
Let me know what books, and I'll tell you what the prices were according to July 1994's Wizard, which is one of my favorite wizards. Because look how badass that Prophet cover is.
Who is the artist?
The one and only Stephen Platt.
Stephen Platt.
Actually, I think I took the poster out of this. No, it's still in here.
He wants to know what ASM 300's going for.
Oh, in 1994, $12. Let me see.
Well, they didn't have a way to give it a universal grade at that point.
Right, I think these prices were considered near mint prices.
Yeah, what's a near mint? That's like 9.6, 9.8-ish.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you could see it on here. Here's the Amazing Spider-Man. And then 300, whatever. You can't see, it's hard. $66.
$66?
$66.
Huh. What's a 9.6 go for now? Like 1,000?
Yeah. That's $1,000 book. Easy. Graded, $1,000 book, $1,200 book. 9.8s are like creeping up to like $3,000 almost, I think.
Wow. There's Lionheart. What a good guy. Thank you, Lionheart. I'm going to print that out and put it in my fan mail book. Jess, you still got it. You are the most extraordinary man in history. Thank you, buddy. Is that because girls recognize me with my mask on? Something Wong says 9.8 is at almost 5,000.
I believe it.
I have a 9.6, so I might as well just hold on to it.
Might as well see if you could press it to 9.8.
Maybe. Maybe.
Somebody asked what the price of Youngblood #1 was. $10. $10.
Oh yeah, how about New Mutants 87? I remember when that thing was on fire.
Yeah, this is the time when that book was just dying. 90 or 86 was or 87, right? 87?
87 was the first Cable.
Yeah, that was big, and Deadpool was probably like a $5 book at this time, $5-8 or something. Let's see. This is a fun segment. Let's look at prices of 1994. I don't know my alphabet. HIJKLM. Or after M is N. Nope, one more page. Nope, one more. Man, there's a lot of M's. New Mutants 87. $40.
40, huh?
$40. 98. First Deadpool, $11.50. Good.
And what year was this?
This is July 1994.
94. Gosh, that seems like a long time ago.
I was 13.
My daughter was 3.
I couldn't have been more in love with these books at the time.
That is so long ago. My daughter was 3 years old. Wow.
What is that, 25 years now? Close to 25 years?
27, yeah. 26 years? Yeah. Yeah, my daughter's 29. I keep thinking she's 30. She's 29. I had jet black hair.
I did too.
And look at it now.
Yeah, man. Look at it now.
Holy guacamole.
Asian Johnny Depp wants to know the first appearance of Gambit's price. That's X-Men 266. $32. $32.
That's pretty good for Gambit.
For back then, yeah. He was blowing up at the time.
Mm.
Let's see what Spawn is at. Spawn was always like a good, like, kind of like watermark. Considering that's like one of the highest selling comics of all time. $13.50 for #1.
1,350?
No, $11.50.
No, come on.
For Spawn back then, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Giant Size X-Men.
Oh no. That's probably a $10 book back then. All right, Jess. So you want to get into it?
We haven't done anything yet. We just looked up prices in Wizard Magazine for Mr. Flexible or whoever that was.
Professor Flex.
Professor Flex. So I haven't seen him in the chat yet. I'm going to wait till I see him in the chat to talk about what I did half a day yesterday and absolutely all day today in the Batcave. So I'll wait till I see N-Man 40 in the chat.
Can you talk about that in public? Like, is that not safe for work? What you did in the Batcave all day?
I was by myself.
I bet.
And I rearranged all of my books so that everything got off the floor, everything got filed. I have a record of everything that, oh, there's N-Man 40 right there.
He's here.
The N-Man 40 collection is alive and well. He suggested that I take, because I had a bad problem with books on my floor, that I take the Kallax and put books behind books.
That's how this Kallax is behind me.
Sorry?
That's how this is. There's books behind books.
Books behind books?
But it's up against the wall. I moved it for the showing of the house. But yeah, there's books on the back of it too.
Yeah, I will, Lionheart. I'm going to get to everything. So I will show you there were I'll show you the floors first, because the Kallax won't really look that different except for one crucial thing. But I'm going to show you the clean floors first. I spent all day taking and I did it for everything possible, every shelf possible, and I kept a record. I took a picture of everything behind it, so I always know what was behind those other books. So let's take a look, and some of you may notice right away what the problem is. It's not a bad problem. I'm gonna have to figure out how to solve it. But first,
Jess, why is Transmetropolitan still on the floor?
I haven't found a good spot for you yet. I will, though. I knew you were going to get mad. The rest of that stuff there is either Mezco toys or some legends, but that's pretty much how it's going to stay right there. But there was two huge piles there, and I'm going to figure out where to put those transmets. The problem is...
Do you have the third one?
Yeah, the third one's there. The problem is that they're sharing space with Sixth Gun.
Oh, I see.
And I ran out of room. So, and then there is no more clutter on the floor there. And in here,
it's like a shelfie today.
Yeah, there's no clutter on the floor there. So all the clutter from the floor is gone.
I don't think I've ever seen this little hidey hole before.
Yeah. I have special lights that I turn on from Red Sonja.
So because she's afraid of the dark?
No, because it highlights her and makes her look better.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see the lights.
Yeah.
Those little tap lights you put on the side of things. Okay.
Exactly. And then, can you see Wonder Woman?
Yep, she's awesome.
And then I also have a picture of Zatanna.
What up, baby? How are you doing?
Then I have...
Oh, look at those expensive Hellboy toys.
These are the Hellboy toys that I decided not to take out of the package. There's an X-Men X-23. And then there's Johan. Okay.
Somebody's asking Jess, are you switching those Madman books for the new library editions?
No, I'm going to go ahead and keep mine and let people who don't have Madman go for those.
Brandon Cash. Hi, I don't usually make it to the live shows, but just wanted to thank you for all you guys do and put into this hobby for the community. You guys are the best. Love all your videos. Thank you.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
That is awesome, sir. Thank you for showing up, making it to a live show.
And then this is what the shelf looks like. Let's see if I can do it so that I'm not making people seasick. There we go. All those books that were on the floor are now behind these ones right here, but it pushes the books so far out that I can't put action figures on the shelves. Some I can, but most I cannot.
Small sacrifice, Jess.
Yeah, well, then here's the new problem. I don't know what to do with these action figures. But yeah, this has worked out really well. It looks great. I have evidence of everything that's behind there. And I'm really happy with it. N-Man 40 Omnibro of the year.
And we got some peace and love coming from Sydney, Australia. You guys rock. We love seeing our international people check in. That's great. Good to know that we're getting checked out everywhere.
The one that Ryley gave me, Gigant. He gave me that book. Jess, do you have any idea of how much of your collection you have read? Yes, about 25%.
And if somebody wanted to load up their collection in their bookshelves and do double bookshelves like Jess does, where's a good place they can find that stuff?
Very good. InStockTrades.com is the place you want to be. Up to 50% off on books. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. At the end of every month, In Stock Trades is kind enough to give us a gift card worth $50 to give away to anybody on the planet. You just have to pay for shipping. But if you live in New Zealand or the Outer Hebrides or something, you can enter and just pay for shipping for your books. You order $50 or more in an order, and in the United States, and In Stock Trades will give you free shipping. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
All right. Boom. Cool, Jess. Hey, with all of that moving around and reorganizing your books, did you get a chance to read anything?
I did. I have one thing I did do that was too organized was I forgot to keep out the books that I bought to show off as a haul. They've all been filed. So I have my IST orders open from the past 2 weeks. But reading-wise, I'll go over it real quickly. Let's see. Because I read a lot, and I don't want to bog down this part of the show. This is Royal City by Jeff Lemire. I think this is one of the best Jeff Lemire books I've read. This is about a family that lives in Royal City, and they are all haunted by the youngest son's ghost, who drowned when they were all much younger, and the ghost haunts them all in different ways. It's not a ghost story; it's a more slice of life story about. I mean, this is a very dysfunctional family, and it's more the ghost just sort of is a mechanism to bounce ideas off of and to give the character, the family member, a little bit more of a fleshed out idea of what the family members liked. Kristen and I reviewed this book. It's 3 issues, or if you were smart enough to not buy the paperbacks and get the hardcover, it's a gorgeous hardcover. So I highly recommend Royal City. Then Taylor Brown and I'll be going back and forth between the two, did Darwin Cook's The Spirit. Will Eisner's The Spirit by Darwin Cook. And these were great stories. Great stories. I love Darwin Cook. I love his art. I love the criminal, the mysteries, the crimes, everything. The Spirit is a really good character. And Darwin Cook, God bless him, he did him so well. He was such an artist and such a great writer. He was just taken from us way too young. But these books are 100% fun and 100% worth it to find. They're not hard to find, but Darwin Cook's interpretation of Will Eisner's The Spirit, it does not get any better than this. This is some great crime comics.
Somebody's asking for you to show the dust jacket.
Okay.
The dust jacket.
Sure.
Oh, that's cool. Is that acetate?
Both books have no. It's just paper. Both books have it. The die cut.
Anything that Darwin Cook has done is worth tracking down and having.
I agree. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I'm trying to think of anything that Darwin Cook. Maybe I haven't read enough Darwin Cook, but I haven't found any bad Darwin Cook. We continued to read Jeff Lemire's Family Tree. This is volume 2, and this is where it's getting good. This family of people are turning into trees. The younger daughter actually takes root, and all of a sudden the mysteries of the universe are opened up to her. But there are a gang of people who, and this art is by Phil Hester, and this appears to be a post-apocalyptic story where trees and foliage have taken over. There's a group of mercenaries that are trying to kill all these trees that are taking root, that are formerly people. Volume 1 was good. Volume 2 was fantastic, and we read Volume 2. So this is the only volume I own. I hooplid Volume 1. I'm not buying anymore. I'm going to wait till the hardcover comes out because I really, really like it a lot. Then Dracula Motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is by Image. I don't know that I've ever read a book like this. For one thing, the art and the inks, the colors are super saturated. Dracula is pinned to his coffin in the 1800s by his 3 wives. And in the 1970s Los Angeles, he gets loose and gets opened up by a starlet who wants to become immortal and become a star. The colors and art is fantastic. It's a very short story by Alex DeCampi. I really liked it. It's not expensive for what you get. A nice hardcover with beautiful colors. And it's about Dracula and how the women try to kill him again, but not before he takes over part of Los Angeles. And I actually dug this book. I thought it was, look at this. It's really cool. And then I read, sad to say, Dastardly and Muttley by Garth Ennis. One of the worst books I've ever read. Terrible.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, I was really disappointed. It's I don't do root beer anymore, and even if I did, I don't think it's that bad. But if it's political commentary, if it's social satire, if it's if it's poking fun at stuff, it fails on all fronts. It's just not funny. It's not funny on any level.
It was trying to be funny and just failed.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Ryan Sace told me that he wrote a James Bond book that's supposed to be funny too, Bond's Bastards or something, about all the James Bond's bastard children. This just was a big mishmash of, I mean, I love Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff, but I don't know. I really looked for the social commentary, what it was trying to say, set in America. Was it making fun of American military, American society, both? Neither. Was it just trying to be funny in general? I don't know. Honestly, I was miserable reading this. I couldn't wait for it to be over with. So Jimmy's Bastards, there it is. Smotlock, thank you. I just didn't have fun with this book at all, and I was really disappointed because these Hanna-Barbera books are really good. So that is it for what I read.
Well, can't win them all, Jess.
I guess not.
Can't win them all. I've heard nothing but good stuff about the Hanna-Barbera titles in general.
Flintstones, Snagglepuss,
Jetsons, I heard was great.
Jetsons, Johnny Quest,
Scooby Apocalypse. I really was in love with Scooby Apocalypse. That was really good. That was the one where everybody thought it was a joke, and everybody kind of just disregarded it to begin with. I gave it no chance. I checked it out because Jim Lee did a couple of the covers, and so I read it, and I was like, "Oh, this is actually really kind of cool." Yeah, good stuff on Scooby Apocalypse. Do you want to take a couple questions before we get to like my part?
Sure.
All right, so real quick, Lionheart asked earlier what a Hulk 181 was going for in the Wizard magazine.
Oh my gosh, $12
for a near mint copy, because I think these prices are near mint category. $325.
Oh my gosh.
A near mint copy of that now, like a 9.4 CGC 9.4, 10 grand.
10 grand. Yep.
So.
Yep, 10 grand.
Crazy. Let's see. We have some other good questions going on here. Transmet, as far as we know, we haven't heard anything different. Transmet is still being printed
in trade,
and the Absolute.
Oh, Smotlock, yeah. Walk Through Hell. I'm not busting on Garth Ennis at all. Walk Through Hell was one of my books of the year last year. He writes incredible war stories, incredible horror stories. I loved Walk Through Hell. Battlefields is great. War Stories, Jennifer Blood, 303, Dreaming Eagles, Red Team. Yeah, no, I love Garth Ennis, but yes, Sarah was great. Yeah, Sarah was really great.
Crossed is great. Kenny's asked us a few times of us. Did you guys hear the news about Marie Javins becoming the new editor-in-chief at DC? She's the second woman to be editor-in-chief at DC, he thinks. I'm not sure who the first one was.
Was the publisher.
I know Diane Nelson was higher than that. Like, she was like everybody's boss.
I heard that, but I'm not familiar with her, and I'm not familiar with what it means to be an editor-in-chief at DC now. So I'd like to know what her duties are.
Yeah, I don't know who she is either. Like, did she come from the comic side? Did she come from Warner Brothers side? You know, I haven't heard that name before. Not familiar.
Paintbrush. I sold a story to DC. Unfortunately, it was DC Landscaping.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Lionheart sits on possibly sitting on 10 G's. If you got a beautiful copy of Hulk 181, send it. If you have a raw copy of Hulk 181 Lionheart, stop what you're doing, send it to CGC, get it graded, get it encapsulated, and then from there you can do what you want. You can keep it, you can sell it, but there's going to be a pretty good chance of a good ROI on sending it into CGC. So get your return on investments and send it in.
Hey, we got a super chat.
Promised one, $5. Amazing show as always, guys. Thank you. Thank you
Very much.
Jess, I just received the War of Realms Omni. I salute you, sir. Thank you for your service.
I salute you, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy War of the Realms. I really hope you do, and thank you for that super chat.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Super awesome. All right.
Yeah, Dave K's right. Never sell a raw 181.
Don't do that. If it has the Shauna the she dragon or Shauna the she devil value stamp in it, definitely send it in and get it graded. Definitely send it in and graded. About 8 years ago. Very good. All right, so let's talk about real quick what I've been reading.
Okay.
I finished up good old Chainsaw Man this weekend.
What'd you think of it?
It's fun. It's good. It's cool because he looks a little more menacing here than he really is, but the main character is actually like this sweet kid who was kind of just an orphan. So the book kind of bounces back and forth of him. His only real passion and goal in life is to touch a boob. There's a whole chapter in here called "I Want to Touch a Boob" or something like that. So it jumps around from him just wanting to he's never really had much interaction with women, and he wants to touch a boob, and I think I can relate to that. So it jumps from him just being sweet and just kind of naive and just wanting his passion to touch a boob to here it is, the way to touch some boobs. A way to touch some boobs.
A way to touch some boobs. And is that the whole chapter's on that?
No, that chapter really just turns into more monster murdering and blood and gore.
Okay.
So that's the kind of the kind of a crossover of themes you have here. Is he wants to touch boobs, and he turns into a crazy chainsaw monster and slashes people apart. So there's a lot of like demons and devil stuff in here. You got a cute little devil girl with them as well, who knows he wants to touch a boob and use that to her advantage to get him to do stuff. And you get crazy chainsaws slashing up demons. So
fun.
Very good there. And kind of on a swing note, I started reading Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, how is it?
It is fun. This is the IDW. This is volume 1. It's the first 4 issues of the series. Perfect jumping on point. Perfect. Don't need to know anything about the previous Archie stuff, really. This does a great job. Each issue is a self-contained story, but it kind of continues like on a narrative. But each story is like a one and done, or like it completes. You get a full story out of it for the most part, and it does a really good job of kind of introducing you to the world of Sonic. You get introduced to all of his little side characters like Tails and Knuckles and Amy, and it's just a lot of good fun stuff. Like the art in it is really fantastic. The art, the storytelling is great. The coloring is great. You can read this with your kids. You can read it yourself. I recommend it. I think it's fun. I think if you want to get your kids involved in any kind of reading, and get them kind of away from phones or tablets or TV or Zoom or whatever's going on, you want them to read. Have some parent bonding time with your kids and read some Sonic. Or if you just were like, you know what, I like Sonic. I played the video game on the Sega Genesis. I wouldn't mind reading the comics. Go for it. It's simple. It's a good read. Again, there's really no prerequisites. There's really nothing you need to read before it. This is really good stuff. Ian Flem Ian, what's the writer's name? The writer's a really nice guy. From all things, yeah. Ian Flynn. I've been checking out his podcast as well. He's a podcaster. All he really does is just do Q&As, which is cool. But if you have any kind of interest with Sonic the Hedgehog or that kind of universe with IDW, they got a nice hardcover of this series coming out pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really nice. It's an IDW hardcover, so you know it's going to be top notch. So I'm definitely going to pick it up because I'm loving this right now. So I read that, and I'm moving on to the next trade paperback, volume 2 for Sonic. Good stuff. Nice read. A good kind of like palate cleanser. If you kind of got caught up with too many superheroes or crime books or craziness like that, if you want to kind of step to the side of things real quick, Sonic the Hedgehog, I think, is perfect. I think people should check it out. You're missing out on some good, wholesome fun there, for sure. So those are the books I've read. Chainsaw Man, wanting to touch some boobs, and Sonic the Hedgehog, who just wants to figure out what is Eggman's next plan and event going on. So have at it. Have at it. All right, Jess, you want to do some hauls?
Yeah, let's see. The only haul that I haven't filed, I haven't read it yet, is Jimmy Olsen's pal, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. Who Killed Jimmy Olsen? This and the Greg Rucka Lois Lane are two books I'm really looking forward to reading. This looks like a blast, and I can't wait to read it. But I actually have no idea what any of this is about. So I'm really looking forward to it. I might read it this week. And let me go to ISDW to IST and see if I can find my. Wait a minute. Okay, let's see. I got Batman Volume 1, their Dark Designs, the James Tynion run. Bitterroot Volume 2. Family Tree Volume 2. Giant Days Volume 14. And November hardcover Volume 3 that that Spud, talked me into getting. And I think I had one more order come in. House of Whispers, Volume 3. That's a Sandman universe. Incredible Hulk by Peter David, Volume 2. Dawn of X, trade paperback, Volume 8 and 9. James Bond 007, hardcover, Volume 2. Red Sonja, Vampirella, Betty and Veronica. I had to do that. And then I got a bunch of Nightwing books. And I think, let's see, is that it? Because I got several of them all of a sudden. Dracula Motherfucker, Dollhouse Family hardcover, Lumberjanes. Yeah, I think I already talked about this one. Yeah, so that's it for me.
All right.
That's what I got. Ooh, Kaufman, thank you.
Quick super chat. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris Kaufman. This channel is an invaluable resource. Many, many thanks.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That's really what we kind of been striving for this channel, is to be the dedicated omnibus resource, dedicated channel where we kind of get to hang out with you guys too and chit chat and all that kind of fun stuff too. But we want to make ourselves that resource for you guys. So thank you. Also, there was something else in here real fast. Oh, question from, where was it? Nelson Carvalho. I'm jealous of you because he says, do you guys plan on picking up the Road to No Man's Land omnibus? I received mine this weekend before it even went on sale.
Wow, how'd you do that?
Yeah, yes. The answer is yes. 100%. I am going to get that Road to No Man's Land omnibus. I love that time frame in comics. That was a great fun, overextending, not in a bad way, overextending, but it extended it all across all the Batman titles. And I love it for that. But I have my I doubt, I have certain apprehensions on if DC is going to release the rest of it or not. That's my only real concern. I've said it before. I'm surprised that we're not getting a Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, New 52 Batman Volume 2 yet. That is really hard for me to believe that they haven't done something like that. So it makes me wonder if that's going to happen, if a Volume 2 of No Man's Land is going to come out or not. So I really hope it doesn't get orphaned, like an orphan omnibus situation.
I hope American Vampire doesn't get orphaned either.
Well, that first omnibus, did it cover everything that was printed at that point?
No, there's eight standard hardcovers, and he's finishing. I believe they're writing one more. So I think 2, given the thinness of the hardcovers, I think 2 could do it.
He said he ordered it from Canada's equivalent to Barnes and Noble.
What is that? Good day, Barnes and Noble. Good day, Barnes and Noble.
And he also says there is a ad in the back for No Man's Land Omnibus Volume 1. So, all right, well, that's a positive. They're advertising the next one.
Well, that's good.
So, all right, cool. That really makes me feel a lot more protected, I guess, about buying the first one. So I know that there's a second one at least coming out. So, but yeah, I still find it difficult that there's a Justice League International Volume 2, but there's no Snyder Capullo Batman Volume 2 yet.
That is a good one. Yeah, good question on that one.
Nothing against Justice League International, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it has that same fervor or buying power that Batman Volume 2 would. But hey, they never did any more of the absolutes either of that run, so I don't know. Maybe they forgot that the rest of that series already got printed, and they just do the first.
I can't believe they did this. This should have been canceled.
They're doing that. The Deadman Omnibus is coming out too. Again, nothing against Spectre, nothing against Deadman, nothing against that. But I'm just surprised that that's on the top priority for.
Yeah, it's great for me, but I'm super surprised. And that Deadman better be completely untouched, left alone. Leave it alone.
Oh, art-wise?
Yeah. John K., didn't we go over how to pre-order omnibuses on yesterday's show, Gabe?
We went over that a little bit yesterday, yes.
Yeah, John K., you may want to look at yesterday's show. Because we went over, I think, DCBS and TOW on how DCBS is taking orders for November right now. November for 6 months from now. I don't remember that I ordered that much this month for DCBS. I did Incredible Hulk by Peter David, Volume 3, and BPRD, The Devil You Know, Omnibus, Volume 1. And that's it. So there's not much this month, unless you find some trade paperbacks or something you're really into.
All right. So, no hauls for me. Oh, wait, you know what? I got a little bit of a haul. Nothing really comic book related. I'll talk a little bit more about Sonic. So, here in town, there's a sushi bar that I discovered. It's one of those revolving sushi bars. So all the food's on plates on like on a conveyor belt. You kind of just grab what you want to eat. And at this sushi bar, When you get done eating, you put the plates into this little slot that goes, into like a cleaning area, I guess, or whatever. But you put it in the slot and it disappears, whatever. But every time you put a plate in the slot, above your order or where your menu is, there's a screen where you make your orders.
Oh, is that what we were seeing in the chat today?
Yeah, that's the videos I sent you guys.
I had no idea what that was. Oh, okay, yeah. Good.
So you get your food, you eat it, you put the plates in the slot. Every time you put a plate in the slot, it plays a video. It's a Sonic video. So there's like this sushi bar has like a little bit of a Sonic promotion going on. So there's Sonic stuff kind of all over the place. And they got these big, like, they almost look like giant gumball machines that have these little like toy balls, like the ones you put the quarters in, you turn it, and the ball comes out, and you get some little prize. It's like that. So every time you put in like I think it's 15 plates, one of the balls comes out, and you open it up, and you get a little trinket, a little tchotchke toy. But I realized that on the menu you could just buy all the little tchotchkes. So I did that. So I just bought all the little Sonic tchotchkes that they had. So there's a Sonic the Hedgehog lanyard. Little fun, cool stuff, nothing crazy. And then what I really like is these little there's a little Sonic little zippy pull. So I can put my work badge on here for work. I can have my cool little Sonic zippy badge. They also had a Tails. They have an Amy. And then they got a Dr. Egghead too, or Dr. Eggman. So just something a little fun and cute. My kids like to play with the little balls, and I keep the little cool tchotchke things. I got a cool lanyard out of it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video now.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, good. I'm being corrected. The reason I didn't I see now what my mistake was on DCBS, because I have a lot of that stuff already. But there's a lot. Ryan Blue Thunder lists a lot of the stuff that DCBS has for pre-orders: Annihilation Conquest, Criminal reprints 1 and 2, Peter David Hulk, Usagi, which is ridiculous. Usagi Yojimbo Limited Volume 1, that is ridiculous. Berserk Volume 7, Swamp Thing New 52 Omni. So actually, there's a lot to pre-order. Sometimes it's 50% off, but it's never full price.
Right. It's always going to be. It's like IST prices are better. Yeah.
Omar Reyes, you don't have to worry about it being full retail. Check it out tonight after this show. It's just dcbs.com, isn't it?
DCBservice.com.
DB Service.
Yeah, discount comic book service. Yeah, I've ordered through them for like the last 15, 17 years, I think, maybe longer. I used to order all my books through them before I started going to IST for just the Omnis.
Maybe I should pre-order those criminal books. I bet those things are going to fly off the shelves.
That Usagi Yojimbo one's going to fly off the shelf. That's definitely a pre-order book.
Well, I have that, and I'm pissed that there's a new one.
Well, now you can get both.
I don't want both. I thought I had the limited edition, and apparently it's not a limited edition.
Chris Davis, why is Usagi so ridiculous, Jess?
You're asking me why Usagi's ridiculous?
Yes. You know more than me.
Usagi's not ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous that they put out a limited edition 5 or 6 years ago on number 1, limited it to 900 orders, 900 books, signed, numbered, had a drawing in it. Boom, there's your limited edition. 2020 comes along, of course, and they announce they're reprinting the limited edition. Well, it's not a limited edition at all. Now they're making number 1 1,500 more, and he's going to sign and number them. So that's not a limited edition. That takes away from the specialness of the book. Does it sound like sour grapes from me? Probably, yeah. I'll come to the sour grapes.
How much is that volume 1 going for right now? It's crazy, right? Let me look it up, like $600 or something.
Easily.
How about you sell it and buy the new one?
Because my story that went with it is too good of a story. I like it too much. Okay. I just don't think it's, and then there's the paperbacks for everybody that wants the mass market don't care about the limited edition thing. They just want to get the paperbacks. That's fine. But if you're going to tell me there's a limited edition, it should be a limited edition. And that's just how I feel about it. And there's Tilar Blunt in the chat. Fall of Usagi is for the value of all our number ones, because the price of our number ones is falling.
Well, now's the chance. Now's the time to sell it. Same with my criminals, because I want to get the new versions, but my criminals are behind they're on the back side of this Kalex. I don't want to. I feel like moving it to get them. I need to sell them so I can get the new number one.
I did sell mine, so they all match.
Yeah. People were asking about the new in stock trades website, like the new kind of redesign they did. Have you seen that, Jess?
I saw it for the first time today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to me the search function worked well. It took me right to the book I wanted, and I put it right on my wish list, which was Gru, because Tilar Blunt is now getting me into Gru, the Wanderer. So I ordered volume 2 of Gru, Family and Foes or some book. But it took me right to it. I liked how it looked. It reminds me more of DCBS's website. I don't know. What is it you don't like about it, Rafael Cardona? I actually liked it a lot. It looked a lot cleaner, and I felt like it went very quickly.
I just recently looked it up. I looked it up on my phone recently, a couple of days ago. It looks nicer. The phone browser or the phone version looks really nice. Their new version on the website looks good too. What I like about it is it looks like they have more information or more books listed on the front page. It used to be just like 2 or 3 lines. Now there's like 5 or 6 lines of books, it looks like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here I am.
I haven't dived into it. I haven't made an order off of it. I don't know how any of that's kind of going to flow, but
right.
I like the aesthetics of it, the new kind of buttons and things like that. It's cool. It's just an aesthetic update, it looks like. So no big.
Let's see how fast the search goes. I'll look for Jimmy Olsen. And there it is. Lots of Action Comics and stuff, but there's the first thing is the Jimmy Olsen comic with an add to cart and a wish list, 42% off. That's the fastest this thing's ever worked. So I think that's nice. Oh, and there's Jimmy's Bastards. That's the
other one. That's the other the James Bondy kind of one, right?
Yeah, the one that's by Garth Ennis. Now, some people were saying they really liked it. I'd like to hear from them again because I was considering getting it.
Well, you also want to see first, but tell me what you thought about what was the other one that you talked about earlier? Muttley and Dastardly, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you got to ask them. Okay, did you read that book? What'd you think of it? Oh, you liked it. Now your opinion sucks.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
All right, so
Usagi limited number 1, Jess. It wouldn't be up yet, would it?
They're saying it's up on DCBS, and somebody said that it's 600 copies they're printing of this one.
Oh,
so that way
1,500. Okay,
match it with the 15. So that makes this one more limited than the original one.
Okay, wait. What am I looking for? Usagi? I'm on In Stock Trades, not DCBS.
It'll be on DCBS. It wouldn't be on In Stock yet.
Usagi.
Right.
Okay. Usagi.
That's gonna be one where, like, if a bunch of people end up pre-ordering it, it's only 600. I don't want anybody to be disappointed, but I wouldn't.
Usagi Saga Volume 1.
I would not hold my breath on getting it if there's only 600 copies of it made. I'd pre-order it for sure, but I wouldn't hold my breath, and I wouldn't be upset if it got canceled on me.
Limited edition, yeah. I just found it. Celebrating blah blah blah. 600 pages. Collects Izagi Jojimbo, Volume 2, 1 through 16, Volume 3, 1 through 6. Full color gallery. Limited edition hardcover is signed.
47.99 for it.
No, I did not see the print run on there. Limited edition hardcover is signed. Yeah, I'm assuming those people got that elsewhere because it's not here.
Apparently, they got it from that one guy, Omar.
Ah! That guy.
That guy. All right. Let's do one quick question before we get into it.
Sorry, Jess, I was being a smartass. Oh, sorry, I didn't know, Chris Davis, that you were being a smartass.
Does Annihilation Conquest work as a standalone, or do we need to read whatever the other one was? Annihilation.
I had to read it. First, I read Thanos Redemption, then I read Annihilation, then I read Annihilation Conquest, and then the story goes completely differently after that. So I would say you should read Annihilation, even though Annihilation Conquest is the better book. Annihilation does set up stuff in Conquest.
Yeah. Give me a second. Somebody wants to see in stock trades. I'll show it real fast.
Oh, okay. I heard one person say they didn't like Jimmy's Bastards.
So here's the new updated look for in stock. It looks pretty similar to me for the most part, besides some of the aesthetic changes. Like these buttons are a little bit more clear. And you get a lot more information up here on front. Like usually, like this new releases and top sellers is just, oh, that's what it is. They moved the top sellers to here and not on the side anymore.
Oh, it has them all listed out.
Yeah, I remember how you used to have it on the side, and it'd be like, you had to click on each one to see which one was the top sellers. So it's
what's new releases look like? Do they have it there?
Yeah, it's the top part here is new releases.
But didn't new releases used to go on for like a while?
Well, you can click new releases up here, I guess, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, click that. Oh, and that's all new releases from last week?
That's all last week. Why do I have this in my cart? I don't want Batman. No, I don't want 2 either. So that's that. All right. So speaking of screen sharing, let's go take a look at this week's releases, Jess. How's that sound?
Okie dokie.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, here it is. Let's take a look at this week's releases. These are books that are coming out Wednesday, November 11th. You'll find them on our awesome sponsor, InStockTrades.com. They go up tomorrow, Tuesday, November 10, 12 noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got coming out this week. Starting with Image Comics. We got a new Nailbiter trade paperback, volume 6. And Planet Paradise graphic novel. Scrolling down for Dark Horse Comics this week is the Neil Gaiman Library, volume 2.
Can you show me what's in that, please?
I sure can. This collects the full graphic novels, The Facts in the Case of the Department of Miss Finch, Likely Stories, Harley Quinn Valentine, and Trollbridge in a single deluxe hardcover volume.
Oversized. Okay. I think I have all those. So does it make sense for me to upgrade? I'll have to think about that. Okay.
All right, and then IDW this week, we got Bionic trade paperback. That's a really cool looking cover. Goosebumps, Creepy Crawly Comics, and Under Earth trade paperback.
What's Bionic about?
Robot chicks.
Eerie and beautiful coming-of-age graphic novel for the digital generation from the stunningly creative mind behind Highwayman and Love Addict. None of that applied to me.
So it's about the gorgeous Patricia, but when she returns from a horrible accident with astonishing new robotic parts, both their lives will be changed forever.
Now that I understood. Okay.
Cool. And Marvel this week. All right, we got some good stuff coming out from Marvel this week, I think. Let's talk about first up here is Avengers Epic Collection Heavy Metal. Dawn of X trade paperback volume 10. Marauders by Jerry Duggan trade paperback volume 2. Star Wars trade paperback volume 1 Destiny Path. And then we have the Thanos Infinity Saga Omnibus. And there's a DM cover for that too. I actually prefer the Jim Starlin cover here. That's the one I prefer. I actually have the smaller hardcover, so I probably won't upgrade to this.
MJ's got a really important question at 9:04.
Does he?
Yeah. That we should,
right. Let me get back there real quick.
Sorry, but if somebody
9:04?
watches this, they need to be at 9:04. It was one of the last two questions. Not last 4 questions. MJ.
Oh, MJ. All right. Hey, Jess. Don't know if I missed this, but would IST be getting the new deluxe Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was supposed to come in last week?
My understanding is they were supposed to get it. They were counting on getting it. They don't know where it is. Diamond doesn't know where it is in the system. IST doesn't know where it is in the system. I think CGN sold out of it. They could not, as hard as they looked, as hard as they tried, they can't figure out where it is. Diamond has no idea where it is, and neither does IST. So T-Lar Blunt and myself both pre-ordered it from that large bookstore online because I had extra cash credit hanging out there that brought it down $20. But if you really want that, if you really want that fourth Power Rangers book, you may want to pre-order it from this particular company that Gabe was showing you right there. Because I don't know if they don't know. IST doesn't even know.
So let me get this straight. Let me connect the dots.
Okay.
IST ordered it.
Right.
But they never got their order in, and Diamond, who they ordered it from, is like,
right. Almost word for word. Yep.
So we don't know if or when they're going to get it.
Right.
That sucks. That sucks on every side of it. That sucks for IST. That sucks for customers. It just flat out sucks.
It's not on their list this week. It could show up tomorrow just out of the blue, but I wouldn't want to chance that.
Knowing Diamond, it'll just show up. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
They won't tell you. They won't put it on their invoice because they were already on their invoice, so they'll just send it sometimes. So that sucks.
Yeah. So I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew if they wanted that book that they may need to go to an alternate source tonight.
Smoutlock, since IST is a competitor of Diamond, now it seems like stuff is suddenly getting lost. Let me clarify real quick. Not to speak on IST's part, but IST is still a customer of Diamond. It's their other company, Lunar, that's the competitor. And from everything I've ever heard from IST saying is that they still got a great relationship with Diamond. There's no reason for Diamond to, screw them over based on any kind of weird competition situation. And I'll say this kind of stuff getting lost is par for the course for Diamond. Anybody who's ever worked in a comic book store will know Diamond just goes, oh, sorry. It's happened before when I worked at Torpedo plenty of times where the hottest book of the week, we wouldn't get it. And instead they would accidentally ship us the same exact order number. Like if I ordered 100 copies of, let's say, Batman 50, like the wedding issue, which is the hottest book that was going to come out that week. I ordered 100 copies, let's say. I would get 100 copies of some random Savage Dragon issue instead. So Diamond has their goof ups and they have their mess ups. Same with any company. They're human as much as anybody else. But there's no behind the scenes shenanigans going on.
Yeah. I don't think it's nefarious. This is the first time I've ever heard the person I talked to at IST just go, it was supposed to come in. It's supposed to be here. It's there on the order sheet, and Diamond says it's supposed to be here, and they don't know where it is. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, their other company, Lunar, is the DC distributor, and IST is still Diamond's number one account. Number one account is IST. So they're not going to do things to mess up that relationship. All right, so let's get back into it.
No, we were talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Commander Zero.
Yeah, what was it called? After the Grid or After the Shatter?
After the Grid, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so where were we? Thanos Infinity Saga Omnibus. These are really good stories. If you're a fan of Jim Starlin or Thanos written by Jim Starlin and drawn by Jim Starlin, you're definitely going to want to pick that up. And then we got an Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2, the John Byrne cover, and this is the Stuart Eminem cover.
Okay.
So that's a good reprint there to come out. And then we got X-Men by Jonathan Hickman trade paperback volume. This has got to be volume 2, right? Yeah, it's volume 2. Which is issues 7 through 11. And that's it for Marvel. Going down with Boom. They're busting out this week with Alienated trade paperback. Every week they're putting out a Buffy comic, it seems like. We got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chosen Ones trade paperback. Once in Future trade paperback volume 2.
I'm getting that.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Rangers. This is that whole crossover event, but this is the black and white edition. And then down here we kind of got the ephemera manga.
Okay, whoa, slow down. There is something I want to see.
What's that?
Up top, the Animosity Evolution Omnibus.
Okay.
I like Animosity. What does it have in it? What's it collect?
Contains the entire 10-issue series plus the 3-issue limited series Animosity The Rise.
The Rise.
Okay. In shop to be determined, but apparently that's going to be tomorrow.
Good for her. I'm glad that people like that enough for her to make an omnibus of it.
Artist Marguerite Bennett? All right.
Yeah. I really like her. She's actually really nice.
And quick update real quick for everybody, since we're in this section with the manga. No Manga Bros this week. This Thursday was supposed to be Manga Bros, but we're going to have a regular Omnibros show this Thursday.
We can have another chill episode, man.
Another chill episode. Maybe we gonna do one for Thanksgiving, Jess? We'll talk about that later, probably, but we'll just throw it out there.
Okay. Didn't we do a question and answer for Thanksgiving last year?
I think we always done the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know if it was Q&A or just us being, talking about books we're thankful for or what, but
yeah.
Ooh, this Mary Shelley Frankenstein looks pretty cool.
In the afternoon, that's fine with me to have like a Q&A.
Yeah, we can hang out.
Sure.
I think that might be a good idea. I don't know how busy or what my plans are, but we'll see what happens. All that matters is I'm pretty damn sure I'm not working that day, so.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like that is that for the diamond side of previews. Now we'll go take a look at, here's where we could find, we got the other distributor for the DC stuff. What's that, Jess? Your first manga?
There's questions. They want more pictures of Gigant. Ms. Kamaru wants more pictures from Gigant. Here's where she becomes a giant naked chick.
That's always cool.
Yeah, I mean, it got my attention.
Can you show that, Jess?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out.
Speaking of, for our patrons, we do have a Patreon where for $5 a month you get to hang out with us on a private show. Where last time, it was the 24th of October, that Saturday, just showed off, coincidentally, all of his booby books. And I have the first video up. I screwed up the video for our Patreons. I thought I put both of them together and uploaded it, but I only uploaded the StreamYard part. So I'll get the other one put up there shortly for everybody. We always record the campfire Omnibros after dark and throw them back up for the patrons.
Taylor Brown. Oh, hi, Emily's mom. Thanks for joining the chat just in time for Gigant.
Oh, Jess's wife is in the chat this time too. Wow.
I discovered more booby books too. I found an undiscovered collection. Well, now they're discovered, but there was a big box that I had forgotten about. So I can pull those out for the campfire.
That'd be cool.
Some Frank Cho, Frank Frazetta.
That's some good boobies.
Yeah, some other Terry Dodson, some of those kind of things.
Always fun. All right, so let me look up UCS, the other distributor site for. This is all the DC stuff coming out this week. So we, swinging for the fences here with the Forever People by Jack Kirby trade paperback. Girl trade paperback.
What's that about? I like Peter Milligan.
I'm assuming it has something to do with the female gender, but I don't know.
Sure.
Teen Titans Go, Roll With It trade paperback. Teen Titans Raven and Beast Boy hardcover box set. And Why the Last Man Compendium #1. 728 pages. This is the first 31 issues of Why the Last Man.
John Air Windows, do you want me to talk about Muse, or are you a Patreon? I mean, I can pull Muse out and show pictures from that.
Is it boobies?
It's clothing. She has clothes on barely.
Oh.
It's a great premise. It's a steampunk book, and she's like this muse to an inventor, and she's just floating around his compound, barely dressed, and he invents all these interesting steampunk inventions. It's a humanoids book. I thought it was interesting, and I'm not even going to pretend that I went into it for anything other than the art. It just happens the story was a bonus. Yeah, he can draw women incredibly well. Terry Dodson. One of the 7 signs of the apocalypse, just reading manga. I haven't committed to reading this. Ryley sent it to me free because it does still have I mean, panels like this I can read, 1, 2, 3. But then when you get into complicated panels like this, I don't know how to follow those in manga world. That's where.
So you start with the far right, and then you go to the up panel, and then down and down. It takes a little bit of time, but you can get the hang of it.
It's hard for me to read because there's 5 panels, and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go, or even where I'm supposed to start.
Okay, so it's the top panel.
Okay, wait.
On the far right.
Far right? Oh,
yep.
Okay.
And then you read the first word bubble, that first ha. Then
Down
that middle,
here?
at the very top.
Oh, yeah.
So you read that first ah, and then the middle ah, and then the third ah, and then down to the right again. And into that panel. So whatever he's doing, touching himself or whatever's going on. And then over, and then down to the far right again. Oh, it's only one panel. So yeah. That's it.
And over here, what do you do?
Same thing. You go to the far right. You start at the far right.
Far right?
So that word bubble, then the next one to the left, next one to the left, next one to the left, then back to the far right.
Here?
Yep. And then to the left, then back down to the far right, and you read over to the left.
Oh, all right. I kind of have to read this because it's got a corgi in it.
Oh, look how cute he is.
I know, right?
He's so happy to see his owner. I agree, Omar. Frank chose all about the thick ladies. Yes, sir. Even if they're not thick, he'll make them thick. Unless you're Cyclops and he makes you a little emaciated looking.
Jess, on a campfire, will you show off the infamous box you have Satan's sodomy baby stored in?
Dude, where is my Satan's sodomy baby? I think I might have that.
I'm trying to think where Satan's sodomy baby is.
That's such a good book.
I hope I didn't sell it.
It's so bad. It's awesome.
Oh, it is so great. I will look, NFL dude. I know I had it for a number of years, but I sold a bunch of comic books, and I wonder if I protected it or not.
You never know. That's usually like a good $20, $30 book these days. You might have gotten.
Yeah. I wonder if I stuck it in my copy of the Goon.
It's in one of the library editions.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I stuck it in there.
It never got reprinted in one of those library editions, did it?
No.
Okay.
You should Google it, Saz Murph. There's Satan Sodomy Baby 1 and Satan Sodomy Baby 2.
Just don't do it at work.
Yeah.
Do it on your phone. Don't do it at your home computer. I don't know if you have a wife or kids that use the same computer as you or whatever, but use your phone.
Yeah. Where is Gabe from?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Michael Wilson, yes. The Uncanny X-Men Volume 2.
We just went over that, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you missed it, Mike. But yeah, it is. Both covers are coming out tomorrow.
That feeling when you don't want to Google that. Googling is about the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah. Let me see. You got anything weird if you Google Satan Sodomy Baby? I don't know.
What's that?
Let's see what you get when you Google that.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it too. Oh wait, if I want to Google, I should go to Chrome probably.
Actually, it just pulls up it pulls up the comic, which is fine.
Google. Oh, it does?
You never know what you're going to get. Yeah.
Tap the mic. Satan's Sodomy Baby.
Oh, now Siri's going to keep that forever.
My comic shop has it. See how much they're charging. What?
Was it like $60?
160. Oh, it's CGC.
Oh, great. What's the grade on it?
9.8.
I guess.
But you can't read it then. The full fun is to read it.
Yeah, I think next week's gonna be a big week. I think next week's the Batman Omnibus, the No Man's Land. I'm not sure what else, but next week's gonna hurt. Nothing for me this week. Nothing for me last week, really. So, thankfully, I can kind of budget for next week. I'm not sure what else is coming out. All I care about is that Batman. All the omnibuses I've been getting for DC lately have been Batman related. It's the only omnis they've been releasing that's kind of been catching my eye.
Has the Paul Dini one already come out?
Yep, that one's already out. That's the last one I got.
What's the last one you got?
I feel like a DC hater, but it's not. They're just not putting anything out.
No.
I mean, look at this week. This week is some things. The bigger thing would be like the White Last Man compendium, but I already have the absolutes, so I don't need that. I think Spectre was my last non-Batman related book I got. Weird. All right, Jess. It's 6:30 my time, 9:30 your time.
Yeah, and if you want to get any of these collected editions that we've been talking about, like Uncanny X-Men 2, you can go to InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts always add 2% to that. At the end of every month, they're kind enough to give us a $50 gift card to give away to a lucky viewer anywhere in the world. $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
All right. And just as we end the show, where can people find you at?
You can find me, Omnidog, on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram.
All right. You guys can find me on Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics. And I'm here Sundays and Mondays on the Omnibros show. So I guess with that said,
thank you all for tuning in. Thank
you, everybody. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for the awesome questions. Thanks for just sticking around. We've been doing this show for a very long time, and Mondays are probably one of our favorite shows to do because we get so many people here. This is definitely the go-to spot for Monday releases and information. So,
and Taylor Brown wants me to mention that we're doing a live Batter Days this Friday night. It's usually on Saturday, but it's going to be how to curate your collection because I just got done doing it.
Time to make that purge.
7 o'clock Eastern time.
Purge.
Right.
All right. And with that stuff said, everybody, thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
Peace and love.
You know what?
What? Do we forget something? No.